Yara South Asia, a key player in India's agriculture sector, fuels farmers with innovative products like zinc-coated and high-concentration phosphatic products tailored for crops like rice and potatoes, and drives sustainability through irrigation and crop diversification initiatives. With bold plans for growth, can they outmaneuver import risk and competition? Let's find out. We have with us Mr. Sanjiv Kanwar, Managing Director of Yara South Asia. Thank you for joining with PTI.
Thank you for having me over.
With the Yorkshire plant in UK set to boost Yara Vita production by late 2025 and innovations like zinc-coated fertilizers gaining traction, does Yara South Asia plan to launch new products next quarter to support sustainable farming and crop diversification in India?
Absolutely, because when you look at India, the food productivity levels in India are almost about, especially for cereal crops, are almost about 30 to 50% lower as compared to global levels. And you also have the challenge of, and that's because the soil health is not as good as it was 40, 50 years back. You have the challenges of water scarcity, and there are issues of malnutrition that are kicking into the population. And that's where balanced crop nutrition is extremely vital and important for Indian agriculture. And when you look at the food productivity, as we said, the cereal crops are almost 50 to 60% lower than the global levels, which in turn means that using double the water and fertilizers as compared to other countries. So we really need to look at how to improve nutrition use efficiency, and that is where products such as the zinc coating on fertilizers comes in, and also highly effective micronutrients and macronutrient solutions come into play. So we do have a portfolio of product that we can make available for supplies into India. We have some very strong products that are in the pipeline. We are undergoing trials, and hopefully once we get the approvals from the government of India based on those trials, we would be able to launch in the coming year. In the coming year, I would say that, because in India it takes a bit of time to get new products registered. The way the process is structured, it takes almost 4 to 5 years to get a new product in. So we always have to have a pipeline of innovative products so that we don't, so that we can continue to service the farmers as we want them to be.
So,
serviced.
what products, if you can be specific?
Yeah, we have what we call as a potash solution, which is on the annual. The trials have been done, and the report has been submitted to the Ministry of Agriculture. And this potash solution is very effective on fruit crops, especially like apples. So it will help in the color and the sizing, the keeping quality of apples as we go forward once you apply the product. And hopefully we'll get this product registered, and then we are ready to make it available within 3 months of approvals being given.
Yara has pursued 12 acquisitions since its 2004 demerger. Are you prioritizing further takeovers for rapid growth in India, or focusing on organic stability given the volatility in global markets?
At this point of time, we are looking at organic growth within India, looking at ensuring that the synergies that we needed from the urea and the specialty fertilizer business, they are fully in place, and we deliver on our promises that we made to the stakeholders, including the Indian farmers.
As part of portfolio diversification, does Yara South Asia plan to introduce or expand biofertilizers and biological crop nutrition solutions in India, and how do these align with the country's sustainability goals?
We are already working on we are already supplying some bio-stimulants into the Indian market. We have signed up an agreement with a very well-known science-based organization based out of Bangalore, C6, and we are supplying their biostimulants. We also have an arrangement with another local producer, science-based again, Bioprime, based out of Pune, and that is one part of it. The other part is we are running some trials on about 5 such biostimulants, Yara's own production coming out of UK, which are undergoing trials at various stages across India, because there is a regulatory framework that we need to follow. So once we get the approval, we should be able to expand our portfolio of biostimulants portfolio. And we've come from we have a very strong belief that going forward, looking at the way the agroclimatic situation is, the way the climate change is happening, the best way forward is to have a blended approach where you have the mineral fertilizers and the biostimulants or the organics working together. You cannot say that only mineral is good or only organic is good. It has to be blended together. Both add value to each other and the farmer benefits from that.
Agriculture Minister has been talking about taking action against fake biostimulants. What is your take on this?
I would say when it comes to the biostimulants regulation, I think we need to say one part is the fake biostimulant. That has to be addressed. Other part is how do you speed up the registration process. These are two different items in my point of view. So if there's anything fake, if what is on the label is not in the bottle, then we need to have action taken against the person, and that has to be very quick. That there's no doubt on that. But biostimulant is a very innovative part of the business. So you need to have, I think globally what we have is general specifications, not only for biostimulants but also for other fertilizers like micronutrients. It could be field applied fertilizers, even for water solubles. So if you could have general specifications where you list out that this is the minimum nutrient that you will deliver, and this is the maximum contaminants, that is heavy metals, that you will allow in the product, and then you should just let it free. It should be a label claim, because it is taking too much time to get new products registered, be it a biostimulant or be it a fertilizer. So there I think there has to be a clearer policy on that. The current regulatory system that we have, which needs trials, takes a bit of time. I mean, if you look at the World Bank report of 2019 on ease of business in agriculture, it mentioned that India takes almost about 900 days, 897 days to be precise, to register new fertilizer. So that is preventing innovation from reaching the farmers. So I think, and I respect the Honorable Minister's viewpoint, because I think he wants to come down very hard on the way fake fertilizers, which is absolutely correct. You cannot have fake fertilizers coming in. You cannot have the farmers getting something which is not there in the bag. It's right. It's not right? So that I 100% agree. But I think we need to look at the regulatory, look at how the other countries are managing, and put in the systems and proper systems in place to manage that. Yeah.
Yara International is considering an IPO for its clean ammonia business. How will this initiative empower Yara South Asia to scale green fertilizer production and reduce dependence on Chinese imports?
I think when it comes to the Yara Clean Ammonia, that's an organization it's a subsidiary of Yara International, and then it is independent. I mean, I would say that it has a life of its own, and Yara Clean Ammonia would be looking at India as a source of ammonia, green ammonia, and our colleagues in Yara Clean Ammonia I have been talking to some local Indian projects that are on the annual, and I think we also have one or two MOUs, some arrangements in place. So we may not be looking at India as a place to produce ourselves, but we will certainly work very closely with the Indian producers of green ammonia to help them access the global markets, because Yara is one of the world's largest players in the ammonia market.
Yara is investing in agri-tech funds like Omnivore and projects such as the Texas Blue Ammonia plant. What specific investments is Yara South Asia making to enhance production capacity and promote sustainability in the region?
At this point of time, we are not looking at doubling or increasing our production capacity of urea at the Babrala plant. But when it comes to sustainable agriculture, we are at the forefront of helping Indian farmers in getting much more and helping them improve their productivity from the farms. The starting point for us is we have a balanced crop nutrition program which delivers value to the farmers, helps them protect their soil because of the low chlorine content in it, and then also improves the farm productivity and enhances soil health over a period of time. So that's how we are looking at it. Then we're also delivering a lot of knowledge in a phygital manner, which is we do about 30 to 40, 50,000 farmer meetings every year, through which we connect with almost 650 to 700,000 farmers physically, And then we have what we call as an app, farm care app, through which we have connected with almost 2 million farmers, and to them we are delivering knowledge in a digital manner, so that we try to handhold them from seed to harvest, so that they are able to take informed decisions while working on the farms. Overall, helping them improve their farm productivity by using less or lower level of resources.
Critics argue that Yara's acquisitions prioritize expansion over sustainability, citing delays like the Belle Plaine project in Canada. How is Yara South Asia balancing bold growth with reliable execution to meet both commercial and environmental goals?
I would say the very fact that we have invested in India, when you look at India, it's very, very important that India improves its farm productivity levels. And that cannot be done just by increasing commodity fertilizer application of a urea and a DAP and so on and so forth. You also need to bring in superior products such as specialty fertilizers. You need to bring in new generation micronutrient solutions to the farmer. And that's what we're trying to balance. So on one side we have the commodity product system, which is urea that we produce at our Baprala plant, and then we are backing it up with a force multiplier, if I may say that, by bringing in innovative specialty fertilizer products, which include a whole range of bio-stimulants as well as micronutrients, which are helping improve the farm productivity. And that is how we're trying to balance bring in more sustainability. And I would also like to mention here that our crop programs that we offer to the farmers, they include a balance of urea, DAP, subsidized side to make it economically viable for the farmers, and also have a force multiplier coming in from the specialty fertilizers. And overall, it is helping the farmers improve the nutrient use efficiency. So their farm productivity goes up and they also get better returns from the land. So that's how we are working very closely with the farmers.
Yara has been promoting balanced fertilizer use among Indian farmers. What measurable impacts have you observed in terms of crop yields or soil health, and how do you plan to scale these efforts to reach more farmers?
I mean, wherever we've gone in with our crop programs, which are balanced depending on the needs of the crop, and also we try to bring in the nutrient at the time when it is really needed, not later, not before, and we train the farmers on that. So we have seen that the Indian farmers, wherever we have gone in, they've come back with a yield increase of 15 to 20% on average, which is quite an interesting yield increase, because that also means that they get more financial gains. And the fact that we have been successful in doing that is demonstrated by the fact that we have been growing very consistently since we came into India. We have always been having a double-digit growth since 2011, barring 2-3 years when we had the COVID and we had the European war, where the prices went up, and then we had 2023 as a drought where it was a flat year. We did not lose market, but our business was flat. So it shows that the farmers are benefiting and are ready to use innovative products which deliver value to the farmers.
Yara has invested in digital tools and farmer advisory platforms globally. What is the adoption rate of these tools among Indian farmers, and what are your plans to scale them up to enhance productivity and sustainability?
So we have two apps, if one may say that. One app is to address the retailer market, the channel partners, and the other app is to meet the requirements of the farmers. So I'll take them on one by one. So the retailer app is called the Yara Connect, and our understanding of the Indian market has been that the farmers rely a lot on the Indian retailers to take a buying decision. And our surveys have shown that 70 to 75% of the retail farmers make a buying decision based on the advice from the retailer. And the knowledge level, the skill level of the retailer is not very high. So by having a app designed only for the retailers as Yara Connect, we try to give them regular information on what kind of guidance they should give to the farmers when it comes to crop protection or the seed and crop nutrition, so on and so forth, so that we can lift their knowledge level and make them more interesting and more useful to the farmers. And also this helps their business, grow their business, because the farmer is looking for a reliable source of information, and the retailer is the closest he can get. I'm not there at the retail counter every day. And when it comes to the farm care, there we are There we are connecting with the farmers. We try to handhold them on seed, from seed to harvest, and we also give them local weather updates. When it comes to the farmer, it doesn't mean, like say I'm a farmer living in Gurgaon district. It doesn't matter if the rest of Gurgaon is having rains, but is it going to rain on my farm? So we are able to give a hyper local farm weather forecasting for the next 15 days. Basis that, the farmer takes an informed decision whether to apply water, whether to apply fertilizers, what to do. So that leads to a lot of cost savings on the farmer's level. So when it comes to Yara Connect, we have almost about 15,000 retailers on with us, connected to us. And when it comes to the farm care, we have almost about 3 to 4 million odd farmers, out of which about 1 million farmers are regular users. Yeah.
Are there any new collaborations or partnerships with Indian research institutions or agri-tech startups on the horizon, and how will this drive innovations in crop nutrition for Indian agriculture?
We are talking to a couple of very interesting science-based local bio-stimulant producers in India. I wouldn't be able to share the name obviously, but we are very close to arriving at an understanding how we can work together. When it comes to research institutes, we work very closely with the ICR, especially when you have to run the trials on biostimulants and so on and so forth. We are also having long duration trials with World Veg on a couple of vegetables of interest to them as well as to us. And only in the morning, is interesting that you're speaking about, only in the morning we just finalized a trial, long duration trial to be done when UP, with the UP Sugar Research Institute. So that should be launched sometime in September. Then we also work with some food chain companies, especially in the sugarcane sector, which is fairly corporate, where you have serious players like DCM Shriram. They're there in UP, so we're doing some long duration trials with them also on how to improve sugarcane production and have an impact on, help them improve the sugar recovery in the coming years. Yeah.
With partnerships like AMG Green for renewable ammonia and the Yorkshire plant, how are these initiatives helping Yara South Asia counter geopolitical risk and boost India's self-reliance?
When it comes to the supplies of micronutrients, which comes from the UK plant, when the UK plant becomes bigger and starts producing at full capacity, obviously we would be looking towards India to take a major chunk of that and build the local market, help the Indian farmers. And the understanding that we have with AM Green, that is with Yara Clean Ammonia. So they are looking, we would be, as I said, Yara Clean Ammonia would be looking at India as a source of ammonia, and we act as a bridge between the Indian producers and the rest of the world to supply green ammonia, because that's again a very core, that's very core to our business.
Yara South Asia, backed by global MNC Yara International, is chasing bold growth with big bets on IPOs, green fertilizers and domestic expansion. But with the competition eating up and risk looming, can they deliver on their promises to transform Indian farming sustainably? Stay tuned for more information. Thank you.